Good evening, everyone. Rough start. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? I myself am extremely sore. I hurt very much so. But I am so ready for this stream. It's gonna be a good one. One of my brothers is building a playset in his backyard for his kids. And after work, I went over to go help him move some huge logs. Some enormous, gigantic, heavy logs. I know that pictures. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try and show that picture. It's all right. How about this? It's ooh, actually, here's a good example. Basically, the boards are, you know, like the logs that they use to build like train tracks. Let's see, like, yeah, railroad track log. Oh my gosh. I typed logo. There we go. Oh, come on. Freaking Google, like, it just shows a bunch of logger trains on the railroad. It's not exactly what I was hoping for. I don't even know what else to search for. Railroad track log. Yeah, I don't know what else to really search for, but here's an example of what it kind of looked like. I can freaking. This is going great. There we go. All right, yeah, these giant, huge freaking logs. Yeah, that's what we were moving. They're very heavy. It's I don't know. They were probably a good 200 pounds per log. It was a lot. But he got them for cheap, so he's like, "This is what I'm using to build like the outer perimeter of our playset. Can you come help me move them?" And I'm like, "Sure, absolutely, I can do that." So anyway, I am very, very exhausted because they were very heavy. And anyway, but as Angel says, I have gained in strength. That is true. I have gained in strength. So I don't feel it right now, but maybe tomorrow it'll feel a little bit better. Anyway, but yeah, Angel asks a very good question. Axel, is the new Oblivion good? It's so funny. I've been hearing rumors about them, going to be secretly dropping it for the past, I don't know, 2 months or something like that. And then it dropped today, and I was still surprised. Like, even, like, I knew it was coming. Like, all the rumors were like, yep, it's gonna happen, like, toward the end of April. And then they, like, upload the trailer, and they're like, it's available to play today. And I'm like, what? Now I just need $50. So, if I could just get my freaking Twitch payout, then I could use that to buy Oblivion. Although I'm like $5 or $6 short, so there's like a threshold on Twitch. You have to hit like $50 before they actually pay you out, and I think I'm at like $46 or $43 or something like that. Anyway, so I'm glad that it's good. I'm glad that's good, Axel. One day I will play it, because yeah, I absolutely love Oblivion. It was not my first Elder Scrolls game though. My first one was Morrowind. That was my first Elder Scrolls game, and I absolutely hated it because, one, I was like 11, maybe 12, and I had no idea what like because basically in Morrowind, if you've never played it, it's not like your typical action combat game where like if you swing and if you don't hit, it's because you miss the target. In Morrowind, if you swing and you miss, it's because there's dice rolls in the back. Like every time you attack, it's basically rolling a dice. It's rolling a d20. And if you don't roll between, whatever your weapon is telling it, like, let's say the weapon you equipped is like giving you like a 1 out of, or probably like a 1 out of 5 chance, or a 2 out of 5 chance, or something like that to actually hit the monster. And I had no idea that was going on. And so I just thought the game was buggy and broken. I didn't know that was actually how the actual combat worked. So yeah, I thought it was absolutely terrible. And then like years later, I saw my brother playing Oblivion, and I was like, what is this? And I absolutely loved it, and it was great. And then I grew up and realized that that's how Morrowind was, and now I love Morrowind, and obviously Skyrim's fantastic, but did I just call it Skyrim? I promise I don't have any kind of accent. It is Skyrim. I have a speech impediment, actually, so Anyway, Axel says one thing that I have to get used to in Oblivion is item durability. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you will have to get used to that. But anyway, all right. And Twitch, how is Twitch doing tonight? What do we got here? Back in 10 seconds. 5. Better than walking 7 miles? Yeah, I would probably say moving those boards was better than walking 7 miles. Because as much as it hurt to lift those, I keep calling them like boards and logs. I don't know what you'd call it, lumber? Those big chunks of wood. Even though it hurt and my forearms were burning every time we were carrying them, it was only like 15 minutes to carry them all from the trailer to his backyard. So I would much rather have 15 minutes of pain than 7 miles of just exhaustion. So yeah, I would probably still say better. And yes, the Twitch chat is still full size. I don't know why. Before the stream started, I tried pulling it back up, the YouTube chat, and still nothing. Still absolutely blank, and I have no idea why. So I will need to look deeper into it. I was hoping it would just be fixed by now, but I guess not, and so I'm gonna have to figure out why it's not working. So anyway, but yes, McCore Henny, at least you are here. I just realized everything is in caps on the chat bar and stream. That is true. And that is just because of the font that I'm using. I might switch up the font eventually to something else, but I don't know. I kind of like the font. If you've ever used the font, it's called Olive Days. It's kind of fun. I don't know. I like it. Autumn__ says, what Elder Scrolls games do you recommend starting with? Well, now I would probably recommend Oblivion. I feel like the story in Oblivion captures that like fantasy feel and aesthetic and setting way better than Skyrim. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Skyrim. And I do love the setting of Skyrim. I feel like it is not as classically fantasy as Oblivion. Oblivion, I feel like, just has so many more interesting quests, characters. The storyline is so much better. The DLC, I absolutely love the DLC. Yeah. So I would 100% recommend playing Oblivion Remastered. I haven't actually played Oblivion Remastered, but just looking at the visuals, because here's the thing with Oblivion. Oblivion was still an older game. It was clunky. The UI was absolute hot garbage. And so I would not recommend it at all at that point. I would recommend Skyrim at that point. But with the remake, I would now recommend Oblivion as your starting point. And there's not really anywhere you have to start. There's not like a set amount of lore that you learn in any of the other games that would help you understand anything in the next games. They don't do any of that. There will be Easter eggs. There will be things you notice, things you hear people say that they relate to, or like they like them talk about, and you will recognize those places, those names, those events. But yeah, you don't have to start. You know, it's like I've never. Okay, I can't say this. I have played Daggerfall. I have played Arena, but those are so far removed from even what Morrowind is. Arena being the first Elder Scrolls, Daggerfall being the second. Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. So yeah, at this point I would probably say Oblivion Remake first, and then Skyrim. Like Skyrim is one that I would say everyone should play. Like it's just an absolutely fantastic game. But Oblivion, the story, the characters, everything like that in it is absolutely fantastic. So would highly recommend Oblivion if you have not ever played a Elder Scrolls game. Play the remake so that you can enjoy all of the updated graphics, combat mechanics, and all that fun stuff. So. Unless, of course, Axel, you can let us know if it is not worth it, then maybe I won't recommend it. But just based off the visuals and the way that they have changed the UI alone, I'm like, that looks absolutely fantastic. And so that paired with all the fantastic characters, quests, and storylines, that is what I would recommend. Ads on my chat? No thanks. Wait, there's ads in the chat? Hold up. Wait, can people confirm this? There are ads in the chat? If there are, that's weird. So I had no idea. Not a clue. Getting used to item durability, laughs in New Vegas. That's true. That's true. The Fallout series is a little bit more when it comes to item quality. Durability, not quality. Half Moon says, hello. Hello, Half Moon. Welcome. Glad you're here. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Wait. On my cut. On my chat. It's an Amazon thing. Wait, what? Amazon is showing ads in your chat? Well, that sucks. I'm sorry. That is no bueno at all. Angel says, Skyrim. Exactly. You gotta say it with the accent. Skyrim. The new Oblivion remake is 100% recommended by me. Well, then there we go. We've got the stamp of approval from Axel, so yes, there you go. I would 100% recommend, as well as Axel, to play Oblivion Remastered, or Remake. I like how some companies call it Remaster, others call it Remake. It's just like, pick one and stick with it, you guys. Like, oh well. I love New Vegas, my personal favorite. New Vegas was absolutely fantastic. I wish, and maybe they will do this if Oblivion Remake does absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness, Half-Moon.
Thanks for the follow, half_Moon.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Day's going good. Just looking for a chill stream to be. How are you doing? Well, hopefully you've come to the right place. We're going to be chatting, chilling, doing some game dev, and apparently talking about the Elder Scrolls. So, yeah. Yeah, glad you're doing good though. But I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you for asking. Yeah, it's the night is young, and I am ready to chat, have some fun, and do some game dev, so should be a great time. Let's see, McCord says, probably gonna move back to YouTube soon, at least they interrupt your stream. Yeah, and wherever you're most comfortable watching, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, that is totally fine. That is why I stream to both places, so you've got your options and can move from one to the other depending on what's gonna work out best for you. Gonna play Sky's new season quest right now. We'll pop in. Sounds good. Have fun with that. New Vegas is probably my favorite. It is a really good one. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yes, I wish, and obviously, like, it looks like Oblivion's doing pretty well, and so there's a good chance I could see them going back and remaking some of the older Fallouts, which I would be 100% on board with. If they were to remake New Vegas on Unreal Engine 5, I could go for that. I could go for that. There's a little difference between remaster and remake. Oh. Well, I had no idea. Maybe that's why they keep using them interchangeably. I thought they were basically the exact same thing, just kind of like the whole roguelite and roguelite thing is like, everyone knows what you're talking about, but yeah, I really don't know what the actual difference would be, so. What's the objective for tonight's development? That is an absolutely fantastic question, and we should probably jump into that. So, the goal for tonight is to finally get the bugs worked out with creating the mini-boss. We have gotten to the point now, and I will pull this up really quick so you can kind of see what's going on. If I remember right, we've gotten to the point where you can get into the battle with the mini-boss. I think it was drawing the mini-boss's cards. We finally got it to the point where it drew your cards. And then there were all sorts of bugs after that I can't remember, honestly, at this point. So let's go find the mini-boss and remind ourselves what bugs we are working with. So it draws our cards. That's right. Okay, so we draw, the monster draws, the boss draws. It shows their top card. So they've got a 3, we've got an 18. At this point, it would be an absolutely fantastic idea to stand, hold on to what we've got. So if we stand, the mini-boss is supposed to draw up until they have drawn higher than us. And I think that's where the first bug is. They're at 13. 18. We tie. Well, that's a fun happenstance, and then nothing happens. Okay, so, okay, so let us write this down. I'm going to unfull screen this so you can kind of see what's going on. We come over here, and we're going to say bug. Player should attack when tie. Yep. So there's that. Let's come out here. I'm sure there's more bugs we're gonna find. So come back in here. Cards draw. What the crap is that? Oh. Okay, and then when you leave and come back, it doesn't draw more cards for the monster. There's a bug. Bug. When you leave and come back, it doesn't erase enemy cards drawn over 2 and doesn't draw cards again. Okay, yep, that is a bit of a bug. And then I believe there was another bug where even if you were winning, it still damaged you. Like, you were supposed to attack. Like, if the monster busts or something like that, you're supposed to attack, but the monster was still attacking you. I believe that was still a bug. So let's go find that. 37, here we go. Autumn__ says, New Vegas is probably my favorite. If we're recommending games, though, I def recommend Fallout 1 and 2. They take a second to get used to, but are so fun. They do take a bit to get used to, but that's because, especially if you're expecting an experience like any of the modern Fallouts, it is not that. It is a top-down point and click, so keep that in mind. But the little bit that I've played of them, they were really good. I never finished either of them, but I do remember them being a lot of fun. I feel like that's that way with a lot of games, honestly. I will start a game, play it for, who knows how many hours, and then it just kind of falls off and I go and play another game. So, but yeah, the Fallout series is a lot of fun. Half Moon says, I'm gonna lurk. Good luck on finding more bugs. Thank you, Half Moon. I appreciate that. And, feel free to pop in and chat whenever you'd like, but no pressure. No pressure at all. His objectives are to try to not get distracted by us. That is true. That is a daily objective of mine, or every stream, and I feel like I fail almost every single time. Oh well. Remasters are full remakes. Remakes are graphic touch-ups and bug fixes. That's why remakes use the same voice actor / lines and don't change much. Well, but if that's the case, the Oblivion remake, they have a whole bunch of new voice lines. They do have some of the same voice actors, but they do have a bunch of new voice lines and new voice actors, so I don't know. Autumn__ says, I will say I'm a huge sucker for world building, so I do love the Fallouts generally for that. Yeah, the world building definitely was much better, I would say, in the earlier games, which is kind of sad because you would think that world building would be easier as they got further along in the series, but apparently not. All right, so we draw. We've got a 12. So here's what should happen. When we stay here, or stand, the enemy should draw up to... They should draw until they are greater than 13, then they should stop, and then they attack. But I think they keep drawing until they hit 17, right? 8, 17, 20. Yeah, they just keep drawing, and then nothing happens. All right, so there's another bug. Ooh, let's pull... Nope, that is Lemonade on Main Street. We do not need that. That is behind us now. All right, and then let's come back over here. Come over here, and we're gonna say bug. Mini boss draws draws up to 17, not just up to what your draw value is. Because obviously, you're not going to be standing if you drew a 12. You're going to draw more than that, right? But by default, the dealer has to draw up to 17, right? So like if they've drawn anything less than, like if they draw a 16, they have to draw again, but not necessarily. Like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. So if you draw 2 2s and you're like, I'm going to stand, like obviously it's going to be super easy for the dealer to be able to outdraw you. But if you have drawn an 18 or even like a 20, the dealer has to draw if they are less than 17. So we need them to draw up to 17. But if they draw more than you already, then they should just stop. So there's that. And then bug. Mini boss not attacking when they draw a higher value. Not really sure what's going on there, because I swear last stream they were actually attacking us when they drew high enough. I don't know. Well, let's start on some of these bugs and we will see where we get. Axel says the voices are definitely better. Yeah, so while I was at work, I watched like their whole live stream, and they had like that one, I can't remember his name. The main voice actor, he did like a whole bunch of the voices in the game. And he was talking about how, well, not him, but like in general, they were talking about how, you know, the limitations of a DVD, they couldn't include a whole bunch of different voice lines and voice actors and things like that. And so now that they have more opportunity to fill up, you know, more space, they were saying that they've got a lot more voice actors, which is good because they definitely needed it. It was weird to have so many people sound the exact same with the same voice line. So that would be really good. But yeah, the lockpicking is so in that game. I am glad they kept it the same, because I don't feel like the Skyrim lockpicking is any better. They're not great though. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like lockpicking mini games are a hard one to get right. There's not many that I feel like I can actually say are good lockpicking mini games. It is fun. Like, don't get me wrong. I do think that Skyrim lockpicking is fun. It's not great, but it's kind of fun. I'm used to Skyrim's lockpicking because of Fallout, and that's true. Yeah, it is better than Oblivion's, but it's still just, I don't know. It feels too easy, and then there's like this cutoff where it's now just like impossible to lockpick anything unless you just get crazy lockpicking skills. So I don't know. And maybe that's just a personal thing. Maybe that is just personal. McCour says, okay, now we wait 12 more days to learn what happens in the story. I'm not into FPS, so, but Sky is great. That's true. Same, but different. Yeah. Wait. About the lockpicking? Is that what you're meaning, Loki? Same, but different? Alright, so bug number 1. Player should attack when tie. So the mini boss draws. Okay. Then it comes here. And then when you stand, it then goes to this page. Oh, I think I know what's going on why it's not drawing cards. Okay, this should actually be a pretty easy one when you leave the room and come back, why it's not drawing the cards. I believe what's going on here. Come over here. Where is that? Good enough. Good enough. All right, so this is event 15. We need to turn off self-switch A, B, and C. When you leave the room, when you press this button, spawn monster turn off. And we also need to change 81 to be 0. Okay. Yes. So first off, control. Actually, we may already be changing 81. Yes. Okay, so that one's already good. Fantastic there. Next thing we need to do is we need to say script call, change event 15's A to false, change the B to false, and last but not least, change the C to false. Okay, so we're changing those self switches to false, which should have it go back to the start of that event, which is what we want. Also need to erase picture number 38. Wait. 41, 40, 38. Okay, so 38, 39. So 38 through 41. Okay. Oof. Where is it handing those? 38, 39, 40, and 41. So that should fix the bug where it is not actually letting you draw the cards again when you leave. Was that all it was? I hope so. Pretty sure. 52, good enough. If I leave, should erase these cards. Everything should be on. Go back, draws the cards. Hey, I got a blackjack. Ooh! Was that a blackjack? I went too fast. I couldn't see what that was. Okay, so if I stand at 18, he flips his card, he draws again. Wait, did we actually fix that last time? Where it actually attacks him if I win? Alright, I'm gonna stand. Okay, now this is all buggy. It's drawing both cards. It's alright, we're making progress. Everything's gonna be fine. Do we also need to also... I think we may also need to turn this off. 65. Maybe. Over nya. Oh wait, that's already turning it off. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we just need to... okay. We just need to copy that and put the C in there. Oh my gosh. Alright. There's that. We're also going to control switches, turn off 65. MB bust. Cool. Okay. But it also seems to be doing weird things. I don't know why it was drawing both monster cards face up. It should not have been doing that. Not at all. Not at all. Of course, says lockpicking on Hogwarts Legacy is kind of cool. I don't think I ever played far enough in that game to actually get to the lockpicking. Which is kind of sad, because I was really excited to play that game, and I bought it, and I played it for like 3 hours, and then I never played it past that. Pretty sure. Hey, look at that, Oblivion. Hogwarts Legacy. I didn't even play a full 2 hours. The last time I played was December of 2023. Holy crap, it's been like a year and a half. What?
Thanks for the follow, Ishsmoo.
Thank you so much for the follow. Ishsmoo. Ishsmoo? Ishsmoo. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. Yeah, welcome. How's your day going? Axel says, I'm used to Skyrim's lockpicking. Oh wait, I already read that. Jesse says, I liked Oblivion's lockpicking, but it was also awkward and tedious. Also, hi. Welcome. Glad you're here. And that's true. It was a little bit tedious and a little bit awkward as well. I don't know. Maybe it's just nostalgia for me that when I think about Oblivion's lockpicking, that I'm just like, yeah, it was fun. I don't know. But now I feel like I need to look up Hogwarts Legacy's lockpicking and see what that actually looks like. Axel says it'll grow on me. I'm just not used to it. That's true. It will grow on you. You'll get used to it. Well, you have to use the spell that unlocks locks, then play an unlock minigame. The spell should just unlock the door. That's a fair point. And of course says I got to the part where you relive the pensives. Ooh. You know the ones where the dead professors speak to you after. Maybe. Probably not. Again, I only played just under 2 hours, so you know. There's so many games I want to play and I just don't have time. So sad. Freaking life. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. If you are young, enjoy it while it lasts. I know you're probably just like, I just want to grow up. I want to be an adult. I want to be on my own. I want to get out of the house. I want to be away from my parents. And I know that some people have worse home lives than I had growing up. So I can't say this for everybody, but I promise you, life is pretty good when you're young. It's pretty good. So don't take it for granted. After you twiddle your analog sticks to the right positions. I mean, I was playing on mouse and keyboard. But again, like the last time I played it was December of 2023. So I would have to completely restart it anyway. So, you know, and I only got 100 minutes into it. So it's not like it would be retreading a lot of ground if I had to replay it again, because it's only 100 minutes. Okay, so now I should be able to leave. All this should happen, blah, blah, blah. It should erase all of this stuff, and I should be able to come back, and everything should be fine. It is. Now I should be able to stand. I don't understand what is happening there. Like, it automatically attacks me every time. Okay. Well, it seems like for the most part we've got all of this stuff fixed. So if we come back over here to the not attacking, draws. When you leave and come back, it doesn't erase enemy cards drawn over 2 and doesn't draw cards again. That should be fixed. That should be good. All right. Player should attack when tie. Yes, it should. So here's what we got here. So what is the order of operations? What is the flow? What is happening here? So we come over here to the flow. When you tap to attack, if the card total is greater than the monster total card value, so as long as you've drawn more than the monster, which it shouldn't be that difficult, the monster only draws 1 card, so unless they draw like a 10 and you draw 2 2s, you should just be able to stand basically whenever. And then if you are in the room with the mini boss, then it turns on 19, event 15 sees self switch to true, which is telling it to draw more cards, which is what we want. And then it throws us into a loop. It waits for 2 frames. And then if the mini boss bust is on, so if the mini boss ever reaches over 21, it turns that on. Yeah, if the mini boss busts, flash the screen. Let's flash it red. That means that the mini boss has busted. Okay, there we go. Flashes it, changes these variables, turns off these self switches, erases these pictures, breaks the loop. And then basically what it should do at that point is the player should then attack, as they do. And then this shouldn't do anything until A is turned back on. Which if we then come down here to the end of attack, this is card number 1, finishes all of that. If dead monster is off, turn that on. And game screen, revert picture placement. This stuff. Oh my goodness. We got ourselves a stretch. Everybody ready? Stretch to the left. And stretch to the right. And everybody stretch behind. Oh my gosh. Into the green screen. Oh boy. Oh, those stretches. Those stretches feel so good. Thank you for redeeming a stretch. One of these days, I will actually get more channel reward things going on. For now, there's not a whole lot, and it's yeah, there's not a whole lot. But I appreciate that. Thank you. I need a good stretch every now and then. I feel like I kind of like, you know, stretch a little bit every now and then, but you gotta have a good stretch. Green screen? What green screen? There's clearly a lot of room in that dungeon you're in. That's true. That's true. I just this giant dungeon. See, you would think that torch back there is just really small, but no, it's just really far away because there's so much room. See, my hand can just It just kind of keep going back and back and further and further. It's such a giant dungeon. Anyway, of course says, I'm laying in bed. I cannot stretch back. That's fair. You're about as far back stretch as you can be if you're laying in bed. Well, I appreciate you allowing me to stretch backwards. All right. Okay, but what is turning... Aha, that's what's turning it back on. So if the monster dead is off, so if it hasn't killed the monster yet, does all of this. Let's say, just for kicks and giggles, we're going to wait for 30 frames, so half a second, before it actually goes again. Now let's full screen this back again. Go. Let's go find that mini boss. And we're going to see why exactly. We're going to see if we can figure out at what point it's attacking us. Oh, that's easy. Got a hair on my face. Okay, so if I stand, they flip. Yeah, see, right, okay. Ooh. What is attacking us? Because okay, all right. Let's follow that order again. We're gonna do this. Hold up. Hold the phone. We're gonna go through our time machine here. Because you can do that, right? Hold this up. Let's come over here. All right. Let's go back. Back to the past. Okay, let's all watch what happens. So, they draw. They shouldn't have drawn that, but that's what happens. Okay. Their cards disappear, which is correct. We then get to attack, which we do. And then our cards are gone. What should happen next is it should reset this whole process. Like, everything should just reset. We should draw, they should draw. I draw. The monster doesn't draw. And then it attacks us. But where and why? Monster Anim. Which one is it? Which one is it? Player damage. Player being damaged. This is being turned on. But who is turning it on? That's the real question. We're going to figure that out. Of course says, but why is there a message box behind you? You'd hit your head if you weren't careful. That is true. There is a nice message box behind us. Asking if you want to travel further into the dungeon, of course. Yeah. I should probably actually make a better camera backdrop, because, I don't know. I just took the, so I have like a... Here, I'm going to switch over to it. Hold the phone. I've got that, as you saw. It's just like a video that loops. And so I just threw that in there and used that. So, you know, I should probably actually make a better one, though, so that it looks a little bit better and doesn't have that freaking thing. But that's true. I need to be careful so I don't hit my head on that giant message box back there. Loke says, just successfully added the ability to load custom backgrounds, assuming following correct setup to the VPET manager. Now to do the same for devices. Very nice. Custom backgrounds, I feel like, would have a lot of fun impact. Just kind of being able to, you know, throw whatever the player would want to have back there. I like it. Very nice. All right. So what is turning on this switch? What is turning on player being damaged? Because nothing should be turning that on right now. Like, nothing should be turning that on. Down here. So it does all the cards, yada, yada, yada. Draw cards. Okay. This is taking care of the last card of the players. Turn on hit monster. Draw cards. Monster HP. Monster's HP is less than or equal to 0. Then kill the monster. Draw cards. Okay, so it turns on draw cards. Okay. Well, I think it needs to turn on draw cards, and we also need to turn on the mini boss card draws. Yes. Core animations, player damage. This is the monster card draws. What is turning that back on, though? That's what I want to know. Because obviously it starts drawing cards again for the monster. That's action button, parallel process. Monster total card value is greater than the card total value. Jump to label, mini boss attack. Are we going into one of these? We actually might have that happening. Okay, so we're gonna go green for this top one, and blue for this one. And let's see what happens, because that might actually be the thing. That might actually be the issue there, is that it's jumping to spots where it shouldn't be in the process. All right, so 28. Let's go find room 28. Of course, I gotta go up and around. There we go. All right, there we go. So if we stand, they bust, we attack. Why? Okay, so it's not there. It's not there. That's fine. Okay, so this starts. So it checks this, see if you have a soft hand, anything like that. That's fine. Because if you bust, monster, blackjack. Okay. This is if the player busts. Right? If card total value is greater than or equal to 21. It's gotta be here then. So if Monster Blackjack is on, okay, here's where we're going to put the flash screens. We've got green, and we've got blue. That should tell us what's actually happening. I hope. We'll see. Here we go. Of course, says, have you ever heard of a package running back towards its origin point? I have. Package running back towards its origin point. I think you're going to have to enlighten me. Because I don't believe I've ever heard of a package running back to its origin point. Maybe. 49 is here. So if we stand, yeah, that makes sense. Two aces would be a 12. Yes. Okay. So if we stand, they'll draw. We attack. Green and blue. And then blue. So this is if the monster total card value is greater than the card total value. 82 versus 35. But that makes no sense. The monster total card value should be 0. Yeah, it should be 0. And Monster Blackjack should be off. But that shouldn't matter because it's jumping to MB attack, which MB attack, is right here. So it's doing both of these. What? All right, so when we get to this page, we're going to flash the screen. Pink, sure. Flash the screen pink. And we're going to check switch 64 and variables 82 and 35. Okay, let's go check this. Let's see what the crap is happening here. First of all, let's Let's go to room number 2. That is so far down there. Speeding through this thing. All right. Purple. Okay, well, that's fine. We got to that page, which makes sense. As you can see, it flashed purple because I got to this page, and then it's checking if 82 is greater than 35. 35 is 13, and 82 is 10, as it should be. As it should be. And then also checking for the switch 64, which is the monster Blackjack, which is off, as it should be. So let's stand. Red. Okay. Okay. So monster Blackjack is off right now. That's fine. Why the crap is that equal to 31? That makes no sense. All right, so we need to be checking 82 and 35. What is 82 at? 82 is currently at 0, and 35 is currently at 31 for some reason. I'm just gonna write that down really quick. Bug. When monster busts, it's adding a lot to the player's total card draw value. I don't know where it's getting that kind of stuff from, but we will figure that out. Okay, so that should still mean that there's no reason why it should do either of those things. Flash is green. Total card value is equal to 31. 85. Wait, not 85. 82. 82 is equal to 0. What? What is happening? If 82 is greater than 35, 82 is currently 0. 35 is currently 31. What? How? How is it even? How is it doing that? That makes absolutely no. Oh! Oh my gosh! Okay, so it's not a matter of. It's not getting into these spots here. The total card value is greater than 21. Okay. So the bug that we need to figure out is why is 35 greater than, like, how did it get 31? That makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. We've got our king, that's 10. We've got our 8, so we got 18. So even if you double it, it makes no sense because it's 31. Oh my gosh. Okay, well. McCord says, I have a package coming, and it went from Oakland to Tracy, closer to the Central Valley from whence it was sent. Oh, that kind of a package. Okay, yes, I have had that before, actually. Yes, yeah. I have had that where they've shipped me things, and for some reason, it, like, got part of the way to my house. It, like, got into, like, the capital of my state, and then it flew out to a different state, like, way past where I live, and then it came back, like, a day later, and then it got delivered, and I'm just like, no idea. So yes, I have had that happen before, and it is very frustrating. I don't understand it, but it's what happens. It is what happens. Axel says, one thing I've never understood is fires in underground dungeons. How else are you supposed to see, though? I mean, it's not great. Not a whole lot of oxygen down there. I mean, that's true. But you gotta see somehow. Jesse says, Axel, that's the torch guy. He just runs ahead, lighting them. Oh, you mean like, how are they always lit? I thought you were meaning like, well, what I said, which is there's not a whole lot of oxygen down there. And that's true. That's true. Torches. I feel like candles, that's the big one for me. Like when you see in like, like Path of Exile or Diablo or games like that, where you're running around and like sometimes you'll see like hundreds of candles lit and you're just like, who lit all those? I mean, like the torches are one thing, but candles? It's a lot more work. A lot more work. Package thing happens because of priority shipping packages. I can see that. I'll take yours with the priority packages because yours isn't. Freaking priority. They always get the priority. Not fair. All right, so we need to figure out why the crap did card total value become 31. Let's figure that out. So over here, when you stand or attack, we should probably change the attack button to stand. So it's not attack button, it is the stand button. The stand button. Okay, this is the stand button. And you click it. Does all this stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Flash HP damage bar is on. Turn on monster Blackjack. Okay. Exit event processing. This is not affecting variables at all. That's fine. That's fine. You'd use a candle like that in sky that lights anything nearby. I mean, true. Well, in a lot of these worlds, they're like magical, so maybe someone's just using a candle lighting spell. Could be. Could be. Okay, so we're looping here. And then down here, mini boss draws the cards initially. Does all of this. Sits on here. When you attack, it jumps to here. Is there anything in here affecting those variables? Showing pictures. Monster total card value plus mini boss card value. Mini boss card value equals 10. Monster total card value plus mini boss card 1 value. Mini boss card value, monster total card value. Turn on MB bust. MB total card value. Okay, so then if you're less than the card total value, draw again. Monster cards equals 2. Mini boss card value, random between 1 and 13. Okay, monster draws. Monster total card value plus mini boss card value. Card value 3. Monster total card value, MB card, monster total card value. Jump to start of loop. Wait, where does the loop start? Loop starts here. Start of loop. Waits for 30 frames. And then if you're greater than 21. Okay, so that one doesn't make sense either. It should be stopping there, but okay. Okay, so down here, monster cards draw equals 3. MB card value, MB card suit, monster card, monster total, MB, MB, monster card, MB, MB, monster card. Else, monster stays. Reset those, turn off B and C. Didn't it also turn off A? I think so. Maybe. Okay, so nothing there is adding to that total value. So how the crap is it adding that to the player's value? I don't understand it. do not understand. 34. All right, we're at 13. That is correct. If we stand, still at 13. Oh. We're not clearing. We're not clearing the player's total draw value at the end of this event down here. Wait. Okay, all right, we're not. Good. Okay, so if we come down here and we say control variables, set 35 card total value, set it to 0. Let's also come down here because we don't need all these flashes anymore. So get rid of that flash. Get it. Get it. All right. Whew. New game. Save file 1. Yes. Next. Here we go. We are heading to room 36 and 45. All right. So we're at 13. They're at 11. If we stand, they should draw. Okay. So they shouldn't draw any cards. Okay, well, at least we drew our cards. Now why the freak are the monsters not drawing their cards again? Yeah, no, they have 0. It's because we're turning off A down here? That might be it. That might be it, actually. Don't turn off A. Let's see what happens if you do that. $32. All right. Stand. Shouldn't draw again, but that's fine. We attack. We draw our cards. They're not drawing theirs, apparently. But why? You should be turning 915A to true again. If dead monster is off, and then turn on 912 to true. Oh, well, maybe we should have all of that before draw cards. That might be a good thing to do. Maybe. 38, 39. Those are already getting erased though, so let's not erase those there. We're good there. We don't have to worry about that again. We don't have to have it erase them again. All right, here we go. Let's give this a try. Room 35. Stand. Figure out the whole them overdrawing thing eventually. So we attack. We both draw. I stand. Okay, so we're making progress. We're making progress, which is great. This is absolutely fantastic. What should be next on the list? I think next on the list is finding out why they keep drawing past where they need to be. Because right here, also, why are they flipping their cards again? That should not be the case at all. You are event 12. Something in here turning on event 12A. 12A. Okay. So let's find out. Let's do a conditional branch. If the switch variable 100, so the player's location, 100, player location, is equal to, not equal to 36, which is the exit room. No. No. We're gonna say if current room monster, which would be current room monster, is greater than or equal to 101. That means it is a mini boss, because that is the idea of the mini bosses starting 101 and on. So if you are equal to 101, then we're gonna say cut that over here. Script, turn on 15A to true. So this is comment, turn on mini boss card drops. Okay. And this one is going to be turn on monster card drops. There we go. I don't know why I did not think about the fact that there were two events doing the exact same thing, but one of them was drawing the cards and having them both be face up, which is what the monsters do. And then the mini boss does not draw both face up. Oh well, it happens. If we stay, they shouldn't draw anymore, but that's fine. I attack. I draw my cards. Why? Okay, current room monster. 101. Yeah. Come down here. Current room monster is greater than or equal to 101. Earn 915A to true. 915A to true. Holy smokes. I'm just so... I don't even know. I don't even know at this point. Well, let's find out if it's going to either of these. Let us flash the screen white in here, and let's flash the screen pink in there. Oh, that's right. I currently have one going. I don't see why it shouldn't do that, you know? Don't see why. 36 is 17. Okay, I will stand. He'll do his thing. His stupid thing. Flashes white. What? It should draw the cards. It flashed white. 15A should be on. $81 should be equal to 0. Was MB bust on? Is that the problem? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know what it is about the mini boss. The mini boss has been my absolute nemesis every time I've tried to implement it now. This is the second time I've tried to implement the mini boss, and it has just annihilated me with bugs and weird glitches, and I just don't understand why. Oh my gosh. Okay, I attack. I draw. You should also draw. Why are you not drawing? Let's find out together, shall we? Let's find out what 81 is equal to. 81 is currently equal to 0. Okay, that should be fine. So, is 65 on? 65 is on. Ooh, okay. All right. That answers that question then. Let's come down here. I don't know why I wouldn't have turned this off, but, you know, it happens. It happens. Let's control switches, turn off MB bust. Just in case. Just in case. Put that in there. Let's Get rid of these flashes. All right. That should finally have it so that the mini boss is drawing their cards and drawing again and drawing again. I hope. 43 would be over here. If I stand, I will attack. Bam. We both attack. I mean, we both draw. He draws one underneath. That's a 10. I stand. He flips. He's a 20. He shouldn't draw again, but that's fine. Okay. Oh. Finally have it to where whenever you attack or the monster attacks, whatever it is, it will clear the cards and it will finally draw again. Finally. All right. I don't know why. That was such a absolute nightmare. Okay. Player should attack when tie. We need to still need to figure that out. Mini boss draws up to 17. Okay, yeah. Not attacking when they draw a higher value. True. When monsters bust, it's adding a lot to the player's total card value. Got that figured out. We are good to go there. And then there was a bug where when you or MB attack, the MB never drew cards again. That has also been fixed. Phew. All right. We're making progress. We just need to keep working up this list of bugs. So, mini boss draws up to 17, not just up to what your draw value is. Yes, let's go figure that out. Let's figure out why the mini boss keeps drawing above what you are drawing. Because here's the thing. When it gets to this point, it flips the card. Card 1, checks the values, all that fun stuff. Okay. Now we have a loop here. This whole thing can be repeated for as many cards as the monster needs to draw. Here's the label, start of loop. It waits for 60 seconds. And then it checks to see, is the monster total card value greater than 21? It is, it needs to bust. Turns on monster bust, exit event. This one is working. That is good. This is the only thing that actually is working. We're gonna call that good. So if we come down to here, if mini boss total card value is less than or equal to total card value, but I don't think that's what we actually want. We want the monster total card value, 82. We need to change 521 to 82, the monster total card value. Okay, then monster draws. Monster draws is equal to 2, then it does this whole thing, yada yada yada. Monster total card value. So I think that whole thing was just because I had it referring to the wrong variable. Because I have horrible naming conventions. That's okay. That is all right. Okay. Goes through all of this. Fantastic. And then, at the end, it jumps to start of loop again, which then takes us back up to here, which then waits for 60 frames, 1 second, and then says, hey, is the monster total card value greater than 21? So has the monster busted? If it has, turn on bust. If not, then it checks to see, is the monster total card value less than or equal to card total value? It is, draw another card. Because if it is less than or equal to what the player has drawn, that means they are going to lose and they have to draw again. If they are not, though, then the monster stays. Okay. I believe this would mean the monster wins. Pretty sure. If the monster total card value is greater than 21, So where are we going to be adding the tie? There shouldn't ever be a tie, honestly. It should be if the monster has not drawn above what you have, they have to draw again. Yeah, I think that should be right. Yeah, well, let's see what happens. Now over here, player damage. Nope, it's monster animation, hit monster. Something's making the screen flash red, and I can't remember where I put that. Bust. We'll figure it out later. That's not the game-breaking thing. That is totally fine. Okay, new game, save file 1. Yes, next. Here we go. So, with the changes we made, we should be able to be attacked by the monster. Is that going to happen? We will find out, and that is a crazy long way to be spawned away from the exit. Let's refresh that and let's see what happened. 21, easy enough to get to. Okay, I'm at 15, he's at 4. I'm going to stay. He's 14, so he should draw again. 24, he busts. I get to do damage to him. We both draw again. All right, easy enough. I stay at 14. He's got 5, 12, 21. He should win. I get damaged. And then I drew a 21, so I damaged him anyway, so that's fun. And then now their draw value is at 0. I'm at 5. Okay. So if I get a blackjack, we need to add a little bit of wait time. Let me do this. If I get a blackjack, wait for a little bit, and then attack, and then clear the MB hand, and have them draw again. Cool. All right. Simple enough. Now, we're going to stay at... Well, we can't test this anymore because he's broken. All right, let's leave. We should be able to come back and have it all function correctly. Leave. Come back. All right, let's try this again. 7, 7. I'm going to stay. He should only have to draw, like... He shouldn't even have to draw. Because he's going to flip his card and he will have more than me. 15. He attacks. I lose my cards. Okay, something weird is... There's no way I'm getting that many blackjacks. There's absolutely no way. Blackjacks are way too rare. He's also being attacked when I leave the room. That's fun. Bug. MB being attacked when I leave room. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, I come back. Now I'm going to stand. He should hopefully be able to attack and hurt me. And then am I going to draw blackjack again? 11, 22, of course. Okay. Of course I have a 20. Okay, I win. Yada, yada, yada. All right, I've got a 6. He should be able to easily beat that. If I stand, 10, he should attack. But he attacks twice. What the crap? But did he get a blackjack now this time? Hey, look at that. There's the old character creation screen. Did he get a blackjack that time? What is happening? I'm telling you, this whole thing, absolute nightmare. 27. Here we go. Okay, 14, 11. I'm going to stand. He should be able to beat me, right? 20. Yes, he attacks. I think he just happened to get a blackjack that round. I don't think it was an actual bug. I think he got a blackjack. But here's the thing. If he gets a blackjack, we do not want him to just instantly attack. Bug. If MB has blackjack, not black hack, don't instantly attack. Flip the card first. Wait, then attack. All right, there we go. I'm gonna stand. Let's see if he can beat me. 16, 16, so he has to draw again. 18, he attacks me. Yeah, I actually think it was just I was getting so lucky with those blackjacks. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. Huh. Well, alrighty then. All right, we're gonna stand. 16, 27. I win. I get to attack him. Nothing else happens. Wow, 2 20s in a row. Cool. Jesse says, if mini boss has a black hat, give him +1. Where's my lady? He looks like he could use a black hat, doesn't he? If MB has blackjack, don't. Yeah, see? If they have a blackjack, just don't. Just don't have a blackjack. That's the only way to get around this. Just don't have a blackjack. That ace was also very not good. Bug. I don't think the aces are working correctly on the 3+ draws for the MB. So I'm pretty sure that should not have counted as an 11, which is what it did. That is incorrect. All right, we stand. We've gotten so many. Oh, and then he got a 21. All right. Then he didn't attack me again. Okay. I guess that's not a bug. Stand. He's got an 18. He should be able to attack me. 23. I get to attack him. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. I mean, we have a lot more bugs now that we need to fix, but it's partially somewhat of the way working now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here we go. Bug. Player should attack when tied. That is true, but there shouldn't ever be a tie, actually. There should never be a tie. Because if there's a tie, that means well, I think the only way there would ever be a tie, the only time there would ever be a tie is if you had 21. The monster also needed to get 21 or above 21. That's the thing, is that like the monster would have to get above 21. So they would just have to draw again. Which I guess is fine. I guess that's fine mechanics to have it just draw again. Yeah, I think that should be all right. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. Archive, delete. Okay. So, bug. Mini boss draws up to 17, not just up to what the draw value is. That should be fixed as well now. So they will draw. I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. Yes, the mini boss will draw until it has beat the player. So, whatever that may be. Yeah. So, wherever you're at, if you have drawn low, if you've got a 4, the mini boss will draw until it has at least a 5, and then it'll fight and beat you. What the? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh no! How's the YouTube stream going? Are we good? Eh. Hopefully it's okay. Let me try. It's fine. Okay. Well, it says that it's bad, but you say it's fine. We're gonna go with that. All right. So, yes, we're good there. So then, mini boss not attacking when they draw a higher value. That should be fixed now as well. That should be fixed as well. Okay, cool. If I get a blackjack, wait for a little bit, and then attack, and then clear the. Yes, okay, that is what the problem is. It's lagging every now and then, but I equate that to my crappy Wi-Fi. Oh, okay. It's fine for me. All right. Well. I guess we will just hope that it is just your crappy Wi-Fi. I don't know. I mean, it's in OBS. It shows that it's fine, doing 60 frames per second. It's not taking too much bandwidth, but it seems like it has enough. So, and I'm sure it'll go away eventually. All right. So next bug is we need to, when you get a blackjack, wait for a little bit and then attack. Okay, let's come in here on a blackjack. This one. On a blackjack, set blackjack to equal 2. We come over here. Soft hand. Player being damaged, player death. Wait, where's my blackjack? And then turn on B. Yeah, B. Total card value is equal to 21. Blackjack. So blackjack then equals 2. Turn on B. Okay. Then we go through the soft hand. Card 11's equal to 11. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. Bust. Player being damaged. If player HP is less than or equal to 0, that's player death. Okay, if card... That's like the rest of this page. So is it just... This is if hit monster is on. Dead monster. So what is actually turning on hit monster? Turn on hit monster. Room decor animations. Oh, we've got the card draws and attack. Oh, okay, here we go. So if blackjack is equal to 2. Okay. Then jump to label blackjack auto. Okay. Wherever that's going to be. So you. Then we got you. Oh, where's blackjack auto? Just need to find the label blackjack. It's probably going to be up here. There we go. Blackjack auto. Okay, that's fair enough. So it should just be utilizing all of this stuff again. So what we should do then is wait for like 30 frames and then jump to blackjack auto. Then it jumps to here, does all this stuff, does the cards. Skips past that. Okay. Then down here at the end. Okay, so if card draws are equal to 1, okay. And if dead monster is off, yeah. Card total value equal to 0. Set those variables to equal 0. Wait for 30 frames. And if current room monster is greater than or equal to 101, turn off MB bust. Okay. Then let's say MB bust is on. Oh, this is where it's flashing the screen. Okay, we can get rid of that. That's where it was when it was, you know, doing all that fun stuff. Okay, yeah, it's... What the freak is happening? Yeah, my YouTube stream is going all sorts of crazy. All right, we're gonna try. All right, I promise we'll be right back on YouTube. I think I'm going to stop the stream on YouTube, give it a few seconds, and then we're going to start it again. So don't go away. I think it should just come back. Yeah, it's like going up and it's like going down to 0. It'll sit at 0 for a little bit and then jump up to like 18 megabits per second and then go down. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Don't freak out. I'm gonna hit stop and then we're gonna try and start it again. So start, connecting. Okay, all right. Maybe. Okay, on my little, on my monitor, it's showing fine. Maybe. Oh no. Hold up. Hold up. Hold the phone. I think maybe. Live. Currently live. Okay. All right. Come back over here. No. Come back over here. Hold the phone. I think. Alright, if I raise my hands. That is way behind. Holy smokes. I don't know what's happening. YouTube, speak to me. Speak to me. Oh, man. No. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. All right, let's see what we got here. Open widget. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming as such. Viewers will experience buffering. Well, I mean, it's still... I think we're still there. I think we're still good. Maybe. Pull this up. Every day we... Yeah, well, still says we're live. Okay, well, we will see what happens. Let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I'm just frozen. 13. Yeah, I'm just frozen. Well, YouTube, we may lose you. It was down for like 5 minutes. I can hear you fine. I've just been AFK. You don't look any buffer. Dang it! I was really hoping this would help me look buffer. Isn't that how buffering is supposed to work? I don't know. I do not know. That is so bizarre. Yeah, the Twitch stream is just fine. Well, I guess I will just kind of keep going and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Maybe it'll get better as time goes on. Actually, let me check this really quick. Okay, I don't have any downloads going at the time, even though I've got some that I actually need to go through. Nothing's being downloaded. Let me pull this up really quick. Oh my gosh. What the freak is happening? What? Wait, so I can't snap? Okay. Alright, fine. I see how this is. Performance. Ethernet. Everything seems fine. Yeah, that all seems fine. Well, I don't know. Well, YouTube, I guess we'll just I guess we'll just see what happens. We will see what happens. Just says Deep Lore's Moonman hates you too, but we are his less loved stream. No, not at all. I love you both equally. You are both my favorites, and I love you both equally. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but we'll just hope. We'll just hope that things go better eventually. Maybe it'll sort itself out. We'll see. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, what are we currently doing? So when we have Blackjack, it waits for 30 frames and then jumps to Blackjack Auto. Now, Blackjack Auto is after all of that? Yes, it is after all of that. So what if, and this is just me thinking out loud here, what if we move Blackjack Auto from here up to into the monster, the mini-boss bust? Because then this should take care of all of that. Because that's already pre-established and it's working. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Set that to full screen. Save file 1. Yes, next. Here we go. And let's come over to 15. Room 15. Let's go. Of course, I hit a dead end. All right. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one to check. So we need to get a freaking Blackjack. I'm sure it's going to be fine. So we stay at 14. They got a 10, 13, 21. Of course they got a 21. All right, 19. Okay, we'll stay at 19. Ah, they got a 25, so we get to attack them. Both draw again. I only got 7. 16 and a 2. Like that's a pretty confident one to stick at. 15, 20. Ugh. All right, 17. That should be good. Or should we draw one more time? That's fun. Jess says, sadly I have to run early tonight. I'm dead tired. Have a nice night, Moonman and the Woodies. Thanks so much for being here, Jesse. I appreciate it, but I completely understand being dead tired. Hope you have a great... Yeah. Good luck out there. Okay, since when was I not able to draw more cards? Well,